Hi everyone, it's Dan here from Flex, and today I'm going to tell you the story about how I got paid 6 figures up front, cash in the bank, to be exclusive with a lead gen client over here in the UK. Let's get cracking. Okay, so I'm kind of freestyling with this video because I haven't really told this story in detail before. And to this day, it's kind of one of these situations that still astounds me, you know, like even though I've been in the lead generation game for a long time now, and, you know, we sell programs on pay per lead, and we've dealt with a lot of transactions, it still astounds me that I think it was about 5 years ago, a client who we'd been working with for a while called me up and said, Dan, we don't want you to be able to sell leads to anyone else in this space, all right? And this was at this point in my kind of agency career and my lead gen career, I think I had maybe 2 staff, maybe 3 staff. I can't remember exactly. But was I particularly good at what I was doing? When I look back at it now, I don't think I was particularly good. I mean, we had an understanding of how to build unbounce pages for our funnels. We had an understanding of how to write some good hooks and good creatives with our ads, whether it be on Google or on Facebook. But I think, you know, when I look back at it, the reason why I was able to negotiate and do a deal like this is because this client, I think, was you know, paying us maybe at least 5 figures a month in clear profit before the deal. And they were our whale, they were our biggest client, right? So I was able to very much, you know, work on the relationship with them, all right? I was always on the phone to them, I had a good relationship with the kind of CEO, and I was always talking to him about new ideas and things that we could do, and new ads that we could try, and we wrote an advertorial for them, and we did lots of cool things like this to test and try, and they could see that we had big commitment. All right. So when things, you know, because I was using their money as well to be able to test a lot of stuff, there was zero risk in what I was doing. And I also, you know, was quite creative. And as I said, I was working on the relationship. So when we tested a lot of stuff, tried a lot of things, and something popped and they started getting great quality leads at a great price, they came to us and said, you know, what can we do here? How can we negotiate a deal so you're only exclusive to us, right? And at this point in time, I'm kind of like, well, you know, 2 years ago, I quit my engineering job, and you know, this was a new thing for me. I had no idea what I was doing, but it was pretty cool that I was being offered exclusivity. So, you know, they said, what would it take? What would it take for you to be exclusive? And I kind of, at this stage, I think I maybe had one other client in the same industry, and you know, I kind of, you know, thought, oh, let me bluff a little bit and see what they say. And I said, well, it's probably going to be in the region of 6 figures in order for us to be exclusive with you guys. They said, that's fine. Come up to our office and we'll get the paperwork sorted. And I'm like, what? What the hell is going on here? So the following week, I think they'd sent through some paperwork. It was for £100,000 sterling plus VAT, which was £120,000 at the time. I went up to the office. I sat around the board table with this company, you know, 40, 50 staff or whatever it is. I was like treated like royalty in this place because their whole business was being built off our leads, right? And you know, they kind of got me in there. They sat me at the head of the table, and I was expecting to kind of like, you know, get shut down by or negotiated more with these clients. So I was going to half my kind of exclusivity lead or whatever. And I just kind of, I was in the boardroom, and they just basically said, oh, this is a signing exercise. You need to sign here, you need to sign here. So what do we do next? How do we ramp this up? How do we spend more? How are we able to get more leads? You know, I think I left that office that day in a very kind of surreal situation, because at this, you know, I was a relatively small minnow with a small agency that was dealing with a decent sized firm that had deep pockets at this point in time. And I remember as I left the office and caught the train back down to my hometown, I think they deposited the money in my bank account, and there was like £120,000 sitting there. And I was like, how did this happen? How did I go from this to this in a relatively short amount of time? And if I kind of look back and see what happened, you know, it was probably a function of being in the right place at the right time, but the main thing it was, and I always talk about, is being able to have a great relationship with your clients. All right, if you're able to check in with them and help them and solve problems for them, sometimes without getting paid for it, initially anyway, then what's going to happen is they're going to know, like, and trust you more, and they're going to be very attached to you. All right, it's not like they can you know, get the same level of service from another lead gen. I've always said that as lead gens, as agencies, we're able to go into many different niches if we want, right? I wouldn't recommend that, but if we want, we can do that. Whereas these business owners that have their whole livelihood, their mortgage has to be paid off the success of this business. They haven't got skills to go and be able to take their skill set and go to another industry. This is their life, right? So when they're able to find someone good that cares, that can get them results like we were doing, then the world's your oyster. So, you know, my advice is, it might seem a million miles away for you guys and girls for something like this to happen to you, but if you're able to build a relationship, get results for people, and then make yourself so needed within that business that they'd be crazy to lose you, then you can negotiate deals like this, I've got no doubt. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've been rambling a little bit. I don't know whether you've enjoyed it or not, but if you do want to get into pay-per-lead and you do want to get into lead gen and performance-based marketing, I've got a game plan that shows you exactly how to do that, how to escape retainer prison. It's good stuff. You're going to love it. Take care. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you want us to create, me to create more stories like this of kind of my past experience and what's happened with clients, then please hit the like button. If you've got any comments or questions about how I structured the deal and what that looked like, then comment below. And lastly, please subscribe to our channel so you can get in front of more content like this. Catch you soon.